Hello and welcome back to our channel. I'm Rashida.
I'm Ebony.
And I am Mariah.
And together we make R.E.M, but don't sleep on us.
Do it.
Okay, so as you guys know, we're a mother and two daughters, and we talk about anything under the sun. If it's thrifting, we'll talk about thrifting. If it's juicing, whatever goes on in our life, we talk about, right? We talk about entertainment news, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So just two very hot topics we're going to discuss is the Quavo and Saweetie situation. And we're going to discuss the Lil Mama and Harry, right? Harry situation.
Yeah.
Where'd she go? Jack situation. So let's get right into the one of we'll take the Quavo and Saweetie first. Okay. Now,
Child ghetto.
now normally, okay, these are younger people than me, and I ain't really in the business or whatever. But like I said, we're entertainment. I got kids, daughters, their age or whatever. So
I am a woman.
well, anyway, let's talk about it. So. Me personally, what I want to say about the situation as an older person is to the younger women. When you start idolizing these couples and you look at them as relationship goals and you're like, oh, I want to be like that. And you see like people like Saweetie and she's receiving Birkin bags and, and Bentleys and everything else or whatever. You're like, oh, relationship goals and I got to be like this and I want to be like this. A lot of times it don't matter how pretty you are or with the dude too. You know what I'm saying? If you're a dude or whatever, the same thing or whatever applies. But I'm coming from the perspective of a woman. A lot of times or whatever, they go through the same shit, the same problems.
Don't matter how flat your stomach is, how big your butt is,
how thick your thighs is, how bundled your weave is,
how much money you got in your own bank account. Because she got, I love her because she got her own.
She is she is the epitome of what you. Epitome
on surface
of,
to us, she's the epitome of, right? A guy's girl.
She plays football. She can catch a perfect football, throw a perfect football, and at the same token, it's like, God dang, man.
They was just on GQ doing a Q&A. They looked like they was in love. You know what I'm saying? And then, boom, booyah, it's over. So while we're sitting up here just trying to mimic our relationships to look like somebody else's or mimic ourselves to look like somebody because we're like, if we're as pretty as her, then maybe we can keep a man and not keep a man. If the listen, a person is going to be who they are.
Listen, Beyonce got cheated on.
Okay. I mean, that's Beyonce.
And that's Beyonce. Beyonce got cheated on that numerous times. Okay?
And let us clarify,
her sister had a drop kick.
Well, let us clarify. We don't know if there was cheating.
That's another thing.
That's the inference that is.
So she made a statement, and but she made a statement saying that I loosely quote, I don't want. It's not real if the intimacy is given.
No, when you're entertaining, basically giving intimacy to other females.
Well, it's not it's not special. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, if our relationship is not special, she basically made a statement saying that our relationship is not special if you are so loose with your intimacy to other.
And intimacy is just not sex, people. It's just not the physicality of just sex. Intimacy could be speaking on the phone till 2:00 in the morning, or blowing me off because you could pay attention to somebody else, or holding hands where you should. Anything you doing with some other female and or male that you would be doing with this person that used to be exclusive is intimacy. It's cheating.
It can be assumed that it's cheating because they're showing old videotapes of her basically saying how that's non-negotiable, that she's not willing to compromise on that. Once she finds out that you're a cheater, that's a form of like lying, and she doesn't like liars or cheaters. So I think it's safe to assume that cheating probably was the cause, but we don't want to say matter of fact. So anybody else got an opinion? Oh, and let me also real quick, and let me just also add. To a lot of people, whatever, be like, oh, she just wanted money and all stuff like that. Come on, we're way past that. She has her own money. He bought her gifts. She bought him gifts. From my understanding, I think she bought him like a 57, like an old school, old fashioned. That's really worth money, like some type of Chevy or whatever, and bought him like a watch, $300,000 watch, and that's another issue altogether. But I'll let y'all talk about that.
Yeah, but like the moral of the story is basically to me is that stop comparing like to these celebrities. You see them like my mom said it earlier, the Birkin bags, the watches, expensive. Like, oh, okay, and you think your man because he bought you a Michael Kors bag that he ain't doing enough for you. Look what Saweetie giving Quavo, or Quavo giving Saweetie this and that. Meanwhile, look at them behind closed doors. She said emotionally she been checked out. We would have never known that. We would have never, but from the Instagram pictures, you would think that they were one big happy couple.
We already know the story. Life on Instagram is not real life, so stop acting like people. But my real thing is like, for the age that she is and the social media world that we live in, and the way that people break up and go back and forth, for her to be as young as she is, I think she handled that very well. very maturely. If you live your life and your couple relationship on the internet and in public, people assume for the breakup to be explained publicly, which I think she did. So then for her to...
Now, we don't know if that's right or wrong. We don't know if they should have to explain the public, the relationship. I mean, we know when he buys her stuff.
I don't know if
she has to.
I don't know if you have to.
Obligated.
I don't know if you don't, but you're also not obligated to tell us that. Let me show you how to keep a man and get a Birkin bag. You're not obligated to show your sexual escapades when y'all out on dates or whatever. You're not obligated to show us that. But if you're a star couple that just spotlight on y'all and y'all break up, I think it's a little slight, a 20% obligation to at least acknowledge it. I'm not saying have not an obligation or mutual respect for your supporters and followers.
Yeah.
If you want us to follow your life, we have to follow the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. And then one thing about that, like going back to her statement, I think she made a good statement. Mm-hmm. Quavo's back, replied to that. He has the right to reply.
That was immature.
It was a little immature myself. I don't think that she said too much. More immature than that was his sister coming in and saying that we didn't like her in the first place and all of that. But that's what people do. They smile in your face all the while they want to take your place. All of that. Like
you shouldn't have been at her in her front row watching porn. Icy, wife me, haters want to fight me.
Right, I can't.
That was about you, bro.
I can't. Wait, I can't. And then she was like, she's self-centered. That girl in her 20s. You supposed to be self-centered.
I'm self-centered.
You're supposed to be the center of
But
yourself.
hold on, but you centered yourself in
her life. Exactly.
So let's get it. Like,
who was you? And then just like he got a sister.
Shout out to Sweetie's aunt.
I just got about to say she got an aunt. Mind your business. She didn't say no. I'm tired of what? I was confused. I thought I missed a thread of the conversation. I thought maybe she called.
They just broke up.
I said, but like not even tired. What was he saying? Like I couldn't believe you did this. I'm disappointed.
And then the sister came and said, like I've been keeping silent. I've been holding this too long. Sis, it's only been 24 hours.
Y'all only been dating for 2 years, and only the first year is them by themselves, and then gradually. So I mean, how much was you invested in the relationship that you couldn't wait for this to be over?
So there's a whole bunch of points that you could take out of there, but we did want to touch on the topic or whatever because it was a topic.
You Saweetie, sweetie.
And do you young ladies out here, you know what I'm saying? Don't fashion or don't
see. In my opinion, you do the way that Sweetie did, and not by the way that Lori Harvey did. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I always got to do that.
Child, all right.
Okay, way, not Lori Harvey way.
So the next issue that we want to just talk about because we want to just also get your opinions on this too or whatever is recently Lil Mama and Riz Islam or whatever. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but look him up, right? So he's really for the people who's FOI down with Louis Farrakhan and all of that. I don't want to just reduce him to that just or whatever. But anyway,
quick blurb about him.
Yeah, but he you know what I'm saying, the whatever is a black activist, you could say, or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so he had a conversation with Lil Mama, and they was talking about the LGB. I don't want to get this wrong. The LG.
Because they're going to come for you.
LGBTQ
plus. Right. LGBTQ. Okay, I don't want to get it wrong. I don't. Out of respect, I don't want to get it wrong. But they was just having a conversation about how you have to be a certain age to drink. You have to be a certain age to vote, a certain age before you could do a whole bunch of things. So why isn't there any age stipulations or age requirements on changing your sex? Because that's a big decision. And Lil Mama was basically saying that, she felt that there should be an age requirement to children who are 10 or 11 years old. To me, that's just common sense.
That's common sense.
Hold on. This is how I feel about the situation. I feel like everybody has a right to live the life how they want to. You have the right to live your truth. Who are we to judge? Your truth may be right. My truth may be wrong. We don't know. So that I don't judge anybody on that. The problem that I have, especially now in society, is that we can't give opinions now. Mm-hmm. If we don't necessarily agree with something, that means you're against it.
We don't like gay people.
We don't like gay people.
Or we don't like straight people.
We can say go to hell. No, I just don't agree with it.
In the same breath, I can say that I'm not okay with letting a 13-year-old child lead the way of all transgender, transsexual, LGBTQ, however you. I can also say that I'm for it, but I'm also not for a child being the because you can't say the spokesperson. You can't through all our high school.
They still have to have life experience.
Yeah, you still have through our high school life. No sex. You're too old to have sex. Yet, in a year of 2020, they can now decide that they want to change the sex. So we couldn't have sex.
Right.
It was abstinence. So going to hell, purity test, and all that.
Because if a 13-year-old gets pregnant, you judge her. But then a 13-year-old can lead a whole movement on transgender.
They don't even know themselves yet.
And just
also,
keep the same energy all across the board.
And also, what Lil Mama was saying too was basically like, say it again, the
LGBTQ plus.
Okay, community can be bullish sometimes because we want you to have your rights. We do. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't have no heaven to put you in and no hell to put you in. I don't have the right to hit you with a rock, stone you literally and figuratively. I don't have no right to do that, right? But you have no right to impede upon my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You have, you know what I mean? And she just gave an opinion. And that doesn't mean that she
her opinion
hates lesbians.
And the opinion wasn't followed up by, and make sure you damn them at the cross. She just...
There was no hate.
There was no hate behind it. But she can give an opinion. People got to come.
Right, so we have to, I want it to be chill. So now if you say anything against that particular community or whatever, then it's seen as homophobic and things like that or whatever. No, it's just an opinion.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. I talk about straight couples, gay couples, threesome couples. I talk about
every opportunity disses over here.
I don't like none of y'all.
Anybody can catch it.
I'm with all y'all.
If I don't agree with it, I don't agree with it. God damn it.
Because this is crazy.
I can't. But it's weird. But then Miss Jack A comes in.
Well, her chick.
And then she comments, your
lip gloss wasn't popping all like
I don't know where that came from. And listen, I love Sister in apartment 2272 just like the next person. That's what she was in, right?
Yes,
yeah, because Lil Mama said, I thought you was a sister, but you were more like a sister act.
Oh, that's why Lil Mama said that. That's funny. Shout out to Funnies. I like that.
But
I like the next one. But why did you? And if you was gonna say something, why give a jab? That's just being mean.
Especially when she wasn't trying to be nasty about it. She was having actually a real adult conversation about it.
With Lil Mama, where people can't let something go that she did freaking 10 years ago. You knew leaving that comment it was gonna get bigger.
It was going to get bigger.
So to me,
I slammed Lil Mama for
that's what I'm saying.
God forbid a 16-year-old made a mistake.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like Lil Mama's intent was giving her opinion was not malicious, but Jack A, I feel like
that
was.
We don't got no beef against.
I like Jack A, but she played
a song. Again, we can have an opinion about something particular and not hate the person. We don't feel that Jack A or whatever,
because it was funny when she said about the 6ix9ine
role model and how she handled Lil Mama.
Yeah, I think it was corny.
So anyway, so if you like conversations like this and you want to see more conversations like this, make sure you watch, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you again.
Shout out to the West Side, Saweetie.
What?
I can't.
I cannot. And shout out to Lil Mama, bro.
Oh yeah.
Bro.